Alright, we are Soul Tribe Paranormal.
And this is our first video where we're sitting down and talking. So if we're a little awkward or, you know, weird at all, it's because we've never really done this before together. Mm-hmm. And we're working with one mic, so just be patient.
Bear with us.
Alright, so we're just gonna introduce ourselves. My name's Michaela.
I'm Angie.
I'm Bree.
And this is Soul Tribe Paranormal, where we investigate and talk about our spooky story times from our personal lives. So, does anybody want to explain why we chose the name Soul Tribe Paranormal?
So we chose Soul Tribe Paranormal because I don't know if everybody is real big into astrology, but us three are. And we found out that all of our north nodes are in the sign of Libra. And I think, did we look it up and it was like that's basically...
Like you're part of the same soul tribe.
You're part of the same, like, collective together. So that's why we came up with Soul Tribe Paranormal.
We wanted to talk a little bit about why we're choosing to investigate and, you know, what has drawn us to investigating. I guess we'll just go one by one, if that's cool with you guys. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm just gonna try to keep it brief on my end because it's kind of a long story, but I have a twin sister. Her name's Macy, and both of us, since we were little, like literally since we were aware that we were even alive, we both have always experienced some weird something paranormal, whether it was like seeing shadow figures. There was also a little girl spirit that followed us from house to house when we were kids. Don't know where she's at now. Hope she's doing good, but yeah, we've kind of always like not purposefully been open to it. It just kind of happened. And yeah, just throughout my life, I'm 29 now, so just throughout my life I've experienced a lot of crazy stuff. So we always talk with each other and we're like, we need to ghost hunt. So that's what we're doing now. We are baby ghost hunters, but that's just a little summary of why I'm interested in it and why I'm going down this path.
I guess, I don't know, probably tapping into more of my, like you were talking about earlier, third eye. I've always seen weird things, and it's kind of creepy how I've seen weird things. I don't think it's creepy. I think it's interesting. A lot of people think it's kind of creepy sometimes. Not these guys, obviously, because they're kind of like, that's so freaky, but in like a good way. And I try to guess what's going on. Like something that we're hopefully going to do eventually is visit somebody's house. Possibly. I don't know. But they were telling me what was going on, and I kind of started guessing and feeling things, and they were all like, you're kind of right.
No, you're accurate. She's super accurate.
So
what was going on in this person's house?
So, I mean, hopefully we can get more of that. Or at least that's what I've always been interested and fascinated in that kind of thing, so. But that's just me, I guess.
I guess for me, why I want to investigate and be part of this team is, I mean, like, I've always had a fascination with the paranormal. I'm not as in tune as these galleys, but
Luna, no, sorry.
But I think, honestly, I think I'll take a little bit of the scare off. I mean, we all joke around and we say some silly things, but when serious things happen, they happen, and we investigate to be respectful and just find out stories of the things that have happened to these spirits. And I think that sometimes
Sorry.
it's okay. Sometimes it gets a little scary, and it can be, you know, like, you get in your head, and sometimes you just need a little joke or something just to take the edge off.
Yeah.
So I think that's think that's why I'm here. But I'm also very fascinated in the supernatural and the other side and spirits and yeah.
Just, I mean, think of like one experience off the top of our head that was like pivotal for us.
Yeah.
Like in either believing in the paranormal or like, yeah, basically believing in the paranormal.
Yeah.
Well, for me personally, I don't think I've ever like not believed in the paranormal just because I've had a lot of experiences since I was little. But one of the craziest things that have ever happened to me happened at my mom's best friend's house when I was in middle school. And that house, my mom's best friend's name is Jess, and she's probably watching this. Hey girl. But anyways,
Show Mom.
Luna. And also my dog's going all over the place. She just wants everybody's attention.
Oh.
Oh my god.
She's stuck.
But anyways, so one night we used to always go over there for bonfires, and us kids, like, we would always be inside and hanging out, and the grown-ups would stay outside. But this night, her daughter comes outside and she's like, "Mom, the little girl won't leave me alone." And I'm like, "Huh? What are you talking about?" And she just looks at me and she's like, "Okay, why don't you go upstairs with her and see if you can like see or feel anything?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not going to be able to." But anyways, I just had no faith in the fact that I would see anything. So anyways, went upstairs. The upstairs, I don't know what you'd call it, but it was just like this long hallway and there was a few rooms off of it. It was kind of like an attic, but a second floor, the way it was built and designed. So her bedroom was all the way at the end, and she had shut like all the doors except for her own. She left her door open and turned all the lights off. At this point, the sun was setting and it started to get darker. And ironically enough, a thunderstorm started to roll in. But so we're both sitting on her bed, literally like this, like me and her daughter were sitting next to each other. And she's like, "Okay, introduce yourself, and if she's comfortable, she'll show you what she looks like." And I literally remember thinking, I'm not going to see anything. This feels so weird. But okay, so I said, "Hi, I'm Michaela, and I want to see you." We're sitting there in the dark, and then in the doorway, I start seeing this like oval orb forming, and I didn't see any features or like a shape. It was just like this glowing ball. But it's the weirdest thing to describe because it wasn't like emitting light, like it wasn't illuminating the room. It was just there. And at first I'm like looking away, blinking. I'm like, maybe my eyes are just adjusting to the darkness. No matter how many times I looked away, it was still there. And I said to her, I'm like, "I think I see her." She's like, "Where?" And I pointed, she's like, "Yeah, that's her." And I'm like, "Oh my God, turn on the light. She turns on the light and it was gone. And then she turned it back off after I asked her to, because I wanted to make sure that, you know, it wasn't just my brain coming up with something, and it would not, like, she would not reappear again. It didn't happen again. That was probably a huge pivotal moment, because growing up I always just saw like shadow figures out of the corner of my eye, tall ones, small ones, just like walking fast. But to see something like fully in front of me like that was bizarre. But that's probably my pivotal story time of why I believe in the paranormal.
I mean, I guess I have two short ones. It would probably be the steps and the...
Oh, yeah.
So I guess my first interaction basically was when we lived in our house growing up. We no longer live there. We lived up in the attic, the third floor, basically, or second floor, I guess, technically, if you're not including the basement. Anyway, ramble. It was redone. That was our room. Me and her are sisters. I don't think we ever said that, did we?
Yeah, no.
We're sisters, not me and her.
And they're my best friends.
So, but we had the upstairs room. And I remember coming down the steps. And when you come down the steps from the attic, there's a big mirror right in front in the hallway, like right in front of the door. So as soon as you open the door, it's right there. And I remember I don't remember if I was called down or if I was just going downstairs just to go downstairs. But I remember walking down, holding onto the railing on the left side, and I saw a gentleman behind me, just an old man with his, like, elbows on his knees, wearing, like, a white t-shirt and some blue pants and Tim's. And I was like, what was that? I had no idea. I pretty sure I screamed. Mom was like, what is wrong with you?
No, that's actually so scary.
Because I had no idea. I've never seen anything like that before, and it kind of freaked me out. And I was just like, nope, like my eyes are playing tricks on me, nothing. I've had other instances, but another one that kind of freaked me out was in public at an Applebee's. Person I was with at the time, she was there as well. We were out to eat. The guy's uncle came up and was talking to us, and he was standing there introducing himself and all that other good stuff. And from behind him, I could see someone going like this. And it was his past wife. I saw what she looked like, everything like that. And I described her to my ex's mom. And she was like, yeah, that was her. I'm like, yeah, that was really weird, because she saw me make a face and was like, are you okay? I'm like, no, I'm not okay. I'll tell you in a bit. And I just was like, oh, okay. So that still happens to me. Nothing like that has happened lately, though.
Sorry. My stomach is
Nothing like that has happened to me lately. Other instances have happened, but it's another time story.
You know what you should talk about if you don't know? Your dreams, like with my dad.
That's what I was going to say.
There you go.
So, I've never had anything not paranormal happen to me.
Seen a ghost.
Like, I've never seen a ghost. I think, and I don't know if it's true, but I think that I've picked up the emotions of the man on the stairs from our childhood home. Because I feel like I was very empathic with that. Because that led into like a big part of my depression. But for my stories, I guess, I don't know, should I tell them like in detail?
It's up to you, whatever you want.
So...
Or if you want to pick one for now, we could save the rest for another video.
Yeah. So I've had people who have passed on visit me in dreams, and we always have, like, I've only had two. One was my mom's sister, Cindy, and the other one was her great-grandmother. And I feel like every time I go to this place, it's a specific meeting place, nowhere in particular, but it's just like a park bench, and then sometimes it's raining, sometimes it's not, and it's somewhat dark outside, but there's just like that one street lamp hanging over the bench, kind of illuminating it, and that's where I kind of met with them. And I hate that we just moved our glasses at the same time.
Sister life.
Because while she was telling her story, we scratched our nose at the same time.
Yo.
We're not twins.
No, people think they are.
She's 13 months older than me.
Ayo.
Anyway, but yeah, I guess like I've had a couple of those happen. I guess I'll talk about the one with Nan. Do I still have it in my notes? Hopefully this doesn't take forever to find. Yes. Okay. So this was back in 2020.
1 second.
You gotta clip it in there.
ASMR. Too late.
Frick. Anyway, okay. So the dream goes, it was nighttime and raining. I was in a park and I see a metal and wooden bench. As I walk closer to the bench, I see a red rose. Nan was very known for her roses. She had rose bushes in her garden. That was her favorite flower. I look around and see a bluish-white beam of light coming towards me. As the bright light fades, a figure appears. It's Nan. My goodness. She takes my hand and sits with me on the bench. Did you get my message? She says while I'm holding the rose. Side note, I used to live near where her great-grandmother is buried. So I would walk up there and I would talk to her because Michaela and I have been friends for so many years.
Since second grade.
So she's been part of, like, I've been part of her family as well as she has been with mine. So Nan felt like a grandmother to me. And one day I walked up to her gravesite and I was talking to her, you know, just kind of spilling the tea, and a random woman who just came and visiting other graves came up to me and handed me a red rose out of nowhere. I said, Nan, like, before this woman appeared, I asked Nan, send me a sign, let me know that you're here and that you're okay. And then that woman came up and handed me a rose. So I giggled and I say, yes, ma'am, I did. She looks at me, smiles, and says, I want to thank you for being there for my girls. I know it's not easy for them and that things will never be the same without me here. Just tell them that when they cry, that warm tear is my kiss. When they laugh, I am there with them smiling. Please tell them that no matter where I may be, I'll always be with them. I nod with tears streaming down my face. She wipes the tears as we stand up and she hugs me goodbye. Before disappearing into the light, she held up her famous heart to me. Do you want to demonstrate her famous heart? With the wings. She always had her 3 fingers up. So she gave me that as a sign of goodbye. But that is my little touch of the paranormal. I mean, if we ever make another video, just like a sit down, possible Q&A video, I could go into another dream that I had with my mom's sister, Cindy. Did it die?
God. No, it's still recording.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I got scared.
So we could always come back to that one later. But yeah, I think having that little touch of the paranormal or just the other side coming to visit, whether it be in dreams or in random signs, I've always been fascinated with that because I don't think I believe in coincidences. I think it's
hard.
Yeah.
I guess we'll start wrapping this video up for now. We just wanted to give you a little bit of a background on why we believe in the paranormal and why we decided to make a channel and pursue ghost hunting.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's for fun.
Yeah.
And we by no means are professionals or experts at all. But yeah, we hope you'll stick around and, you know, stay tuned for future videos. We already have a list of places that we want to investigate. It's just kind of hard right now because it's really cold out and we're getting a snowstorm. And at the moment, the only places we're able to investigate really are outside locations. So please bear with us.
Yes. Stick around.
Hopefully, will be coming soon.
Yes, we will. Eventually, we're working up to getting into bigger and better places, and if this takes us to ghost hunter level, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying TV show, but I'm saying like ghost hunter status.
Like a decent following.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, so thank you so much for watching. If you've watched us all the way through, you're amazing.
Yes.
We love you.
We love you.
And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.